The Mega KVK of 1960 versus 2377 is finally over. Even though it feels like the KVK has been over for like the past 2 weeks, I believe that's when the last fighting was, we're technically still in the map until today. So in today's video, we are going to be going through all of the end of KVK rewards that we got. We did end the KVK with the Orleans Guildhall, or the Ziggurat in other KVK modes, so that means 960 did get their 13th star, lucky number 13. So we're going to be going through all of our rewards for winning the KVK. We're also going to be going through all of the stats under season accolades, and of course, we're going to be going through the season in retrospect for individual stats. Let us start off with the rewards for winning the KVK. So if we go over the system here, you could see that we were 6th in coalition honor because we did delete our coalition throughout in the middle of KVK, so that's a little bit awkward. Lost a couple of gold heads there, but that's all good. Individual rankings, I guess this is... Oh my goodness, is this honor rankings? I'm pretty sure this is honor rankings. This is crazy. Prodigal with 686k. Didn't Prodigal win first place last KVK as well? Pretty insane. This is Sunset Canyon. And then you can see we got 2nd in camp rankings. So Fire Camp did gain more than us. I believe Fire Camp is 1093, right? I don't know why they call it Fire Camp in the rewards when it's like a bunch of French names, but there you go. We won 2nd place there. Got a couple of keys. Mightiest Governor, that's another event. So yeah, those are the rewards from the mail at least, where we got Coalition rank 6 and then Camp rank 2. I just want to double check the honor ranking. Yeah, so I was rank 121st in honor roll. So that's what that reward came from. My goodness, Prodigal back to back top of honor roll. I don't know how he does it. All right, now that we're here, actually, let's just go ahead and go to Path to Greatness and claim our rewards for winning the KVK. So Coalition had 2 Hurons. We get a legendary material, not too bad. We get some crystals for next KVK. I actually did not know that you get some extra crystals for next KVK. That's pretty good. We got 3 Hurons, so that's going to give us a coin. We're going to be getting 3 legendary commander sculptures, as well as some extra crystals, some sovereign keys. We'll take it. This is for 4 Hurons, so that's going to be another coin. And then, of course, your coalition-controlled Orleans at the end of the event. So we get the star, we get another coin, we get some legendary commander sculptures. We're going to be swimming in coins, my goodness. And then we control Orleans at the end of the event. Our camp, this is the camp reward, rather. So the other one was probably Coalition, this one's camp, so we get an extra 2 gold heads. We'll go ahead and claim those. Kill or severely wound tier 4 units, tier 4 plus units from other camps. So we get some conversion stones and an iconic crystal. And then we get some more conversion stones. This is for the individual stuff. You could see that. Oh no. I'm exposing myself. If R4 see this, I was part of the build team trust. All this building is from the zone openings, I promise. You can see I didn't really go into altars or anything like that. But instead of that, I was able to get all of the individual achievements. So pretty good stuff there. You can see immigration. Interesting. Does that mean... Oh no, that means no one migrated there yet. 1 person migrated to 2377 already. Interesting. 1 person migrated to 1365. 1 person migrated to 1093. Since I'm in 960, I can't really see if anyone migrated here yet. But there you go. It'll be interesting to see. We're definitely gonna be making a video once migration comes in and migration comes out as well. We already know our boy Redline's migrating out, so it'll be interesting to see who stays, who goes, and who comes into 960. We'll definitely be making a video on that. Before that, let us go into season accolades for the healing leaderboards, kill leaderboards, and death leaderboards. Starting off with the individual healing leaderboards. My goodness, BT Cyborg, Wild Lion, Mr. Hope. That is insane. The big 3 of 2377 face tanking against 960 for the most part. I believe they pretty much only versed us as well as our AC'd allies. for the majority of this KVK. You can see Al Haytham in 4th, Prodigo in 5th, and then we'll continue to scroll through here. Usually you would see yourself in the top here. I guess oh, you know what, that would be in that wouldn't be season accolades, that would be expedition leaderboards, autarch points. There you go. But yeah, I'm definitely not up there. Well, where was I? 188th in terms of kills, 212th in terms of healing. So definitely super far away from any of the leaderboards, top 100 in here. We'll go ahead and scroll through these. You can see a lot of 960, 2377, mostly 960, 2377, because that is the majority of people that were fighting. We got 2975 in here, Peaky Peanut. That is actually super impressive because they started fighting in zone 6. We got some 1093 in here. But yeah, you can see 2377, 960 just duking it out back and forth. And I think that'll be reflected in the Alliance and Kingdom rankings as well. All right, let's go into the individual kill leaderboards. Scroll all the way back up here. BT Cyborg in first place. So BT Cyborg, wow, look at that. So close. 1,000,000 kill points differentiating between BT Cyborg and Prodigo. Again, this is record shattering stuff here. So BT Cyborg will have the record for most amount of KP gain in the KVK. Prodigo, I mean, can we give like 1A, 1B in terms of these two people? Because oh my goodness, these two are absolutely insane. But so is Al Haytham, Mr. Hope, Wildline. Ahmad Aziz is up here. You got Bad Rayo PG, D-Ace. Yo, this guy, I'm not too sure how to pronounce his name, but he was also a beast. Just always out on the field. We got Genie. We got Coco. C Will with the crazy trades. I didn't even think I saw him in the healing leaderboards. Maybe he's lower down. Got Addy. And we continue scrolling through to see Yar. Yar's 30th in KP. That's crazy. Yar, if you guys are familiar, or an older member of the channel, we used to be together in 2268. This KVK was cheeseburgering like crazy, getting a ton of KP. Shout out to him, because that is a lot of dedication to getting the KP in this KVK. Ihara in 65th place. Ihara killed it this KVK, my goodness. There have been Chiskel in 79th. There's been a lot of KP to go around this KVK. And then Death Point leaderboard, let us go ahead and scroll all the way back up. Wildlion, Mr. Hope, pretty much gapping the rest of the competition here. Wildlion, Mr. Hope, like their swarming potential was so like scary to play against, because this KVK, more than any other KVK I've played, is the KVK where you had to stay on territory. Usually it's like, all right, it's fine if I'm chilling. No one's gonna swarm me, but you always have to second guess yourself against the Wildline Mr. Hope, because those guys swarm everything. I actually will have a video of when I got swarmed down by, I think it was Wildline. I didn't get swarmed down by both of them, but I got swarmed down by Wildline, which was pretty scary. We got BT Cyborg in 3rd place, and then Addy in 4th, Prodigal in 5th. Itachi from 1606 in 6th place is kind of crazy. Got Genie, Baba's up here, Aang, Rayo PG, Ka, Boom Boom Boom. Continues scrolling through. J Tower, I mean, doesn't surprise me. J Tower's like swarming a bunch of cities as well. Glock, Al Haytham in 22nd. We got Goose. Goose was crazy this KVK as well. Allowance X Goose. Whenever anything needs to get swarmed, they would just swarm everything. Ihara in 41st place. You could see it's a lot of 960, 2377. We got some 1365 as well, though. 1365 players, 2941. We got Chiskel in 60th place here. Osno in 70th. Baba. This is a second Baba account, right? In 75th place. Peace in 960 is at 81st place. Peace also swarms everything. I want to get to that power level. I want to get to that like 130, 140 million power eventually one day. Maybe, hopefully, probably not. But it'd be cool to be able to swarm things. All right, healing leaderboards. You could see that GV77, 2377 taking first place for healing at 32.4 billion points. 60 GT in second place at 28 billion. JST in third. JST in third. Wow. JST was tanking this KVK as well, huh? 14.7 billion. Their direct matchup was against 1093. So you could see that they definitely traded pretty negatively against 1093, and I guess you could say the same thing with 2377 and 960. 1606 in fifth place. We got 1093, a second 1093. Oh, wait. You got to combine JST, 1093, 1093. So perhaps JST actually traded positively because there are two alliances of 1093. You got to keep... I forget sometimes that there are kingdoms that have more than one alliance in this current state of rock. 2975. Wow, look at that. We got the 1606, 2975 in 5 and 6th place. And then we got 2941, our AC allies, as well as 1473. And then we have some of... Are these some other alliances here? So yeah, there you go. I think that is it for the main accounts. Yeah. I think the two A seeds kind of went into these two main alliances. There's 3 kingdoms, but they kind of combine into these 2 alliances. Which is why we don't see a 3rd kingdom in here. You can see 1814 in here, but I don't think they really use a shell for fighting, which explains why there's only 2 alliances here. Alright, let's go into kill board rankings here, and we could see 1960, 32.9 billion in first place. GV77 super close though. Look at that. Wow. Who are they killing? That wasn't us. It must have been our AC allies during zone 7 or zone 6 during the fort wall. But they were actually very, very close to us in terms of KP. 31.6 billion. 1365 at 14.6 billion. 1093, one of the alliances, 93T at 12.4 billion. 1606 at 11.7 billion. Then 93X at 8.3. 2975 at 5.6. 2941 AC ally at 4.9. We have a third 1093 kingdom or alliance at 4.7. But I think this is going into kind of the farm account shells here. Oh no, we have 1473 in 11th here at 4.2. All right, let us go into the death leaderboards. GV77 taking first place, 774 million dead points. We got 960 at 741 million. And then it kind of goes down a little bit because, yeah, we were going back and forth, like swarming each other's forts and flags and all that stuff. 1365 JST at 394 million points. And then another 2377 alliance at 392 million points. Are these the farm accounts or whatnot? Maybe. 1606 at 335 million. 2941. Our AC allies, shout out to them at 6th place, 260 million. Wow, they actually took more deads than some of the 1093 alliances here. 1093 255 million. 2975 at 244 million. We have our farm accounts at 960 at 240 million. 1093 Scuffed Tigers at 235 million. And then 1473 at 216 million. And then you can see the rest of these alliances going down. That's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting because you get to see the farm account allocation with these alliances. Definitely a lot of mains for both of us, but at the same time, AO77 being 4th place. I'm sure there's some players that main accounts that were in there, but I would assume most of them would be farm accounts. So 2377 definitely doing the right thing, holding with farms. Alrighty, Now we get to the kingdom leaderboards, and this is where we'll be able to see the big picture of things. And we could see that 2377, first place in healing, 39.1 billion. 1960 at 34.5, 1093 at 24.5, 1365 at 18.6, 606 at 12.1, 2975 at 6.1, and then you can see the rest of our AC allies down here. Alrighty, let us go to the kill leaderboards. This is where 960 is in first place at 40.4 billion points. And then 2377 pretty close at 37.8. Honestly, shout out to 2377. Hopefully, they continue to grow as a kingdom, and maybe we'll have a matchup one day, or a rematch one day. Although I did hear that their king retired, so we'll have to see what happens to 2377. I'm hoping for the best though. 1093, 27.6 billion, 1365 at 18.2, 1606 at 12.8, 2975 at 6.2. And then you can see our AC allies 2941 at 5.4, 1473 at 4.1, and then 1814 at 1.8 in terms of kills. Death leaderboards. We are actually third place. That is pretty surprising. Wow. 2377 at first place at 1.7 billion, which was expected, but 1365 at 1.5, 1.6 pretty much is pretty crazy that they have more deaths than us at 1.4. And look at the efficiency of 1093. 1093, pretty much like 2 for 3 in terms of deads against their opponents that they directly fought against. 1365. Very, very efficient with the deads that they got. I'm at 1 billion dead points overall. It's 1093. 1606 at 554 million. 2941 at 361. 2975 at 355. 1473 at 302, and then 1814 at 152 million points. And that is it for season accolades. Pretty interesting stuff. I think it's really interesting. I mean, we saw most of these stats, like they're out and about in the internet, but I think the most interesting part was to see 1606, 2975, 2941, 1473, 1814. The multiple camps. Because I couldn't really tell which kingdom was pulling the weight versus in the KVK, because everyone's the same camp, so you could see that there's been a lot of weight pulled by all these KDs, especially 2941. Those guys are crazy, huh? All right, let us go into season retrospect. Siege of Orleans. Glorious path. Since 2023 March 30th, I've been in KVK 7 times, and it left before I could read all of it. All right, you killed 212 million units, more than 97% of governors. The Lost Kingdom will never forget March 6th. I don't remember what happened March 6th, but apparently I destroyed 27.2 million enemy units. When was March 6th? That wasn't a pass opening. That was like 2 days before Zone 6 opened. Maybe that was a wall hop day? I mean, that would make sense. A hero dies but once. In this epic campaign, you healed 185 million units. That's pretty crazy. That is crazy. No wonder why I don't have any speed ups or resources. More than 97% of other governors. 2 million of my units were killed. Definitely could have done a little bit more with deads. But I thought we'd be fighting for more days. So I was like trying to keep my 7 marches until I ran out of speed ups, and then I'd just zero myself onto flags and filling rallies and all. I mean, I was filling rallies anyways, but starting to swarm and all that stuff. But Kingsland only lasted 2 days, so I wasn't able to get as many deads as I would want to. Only killed 40,000 barbarians. Most of those barbarians, by the way, was like the first week of KVK. We were going crazy with that, and we barely did forts because I've just been in Zone 4 after the KVK ended. Although I kind of wish I was in Kingsland, but Kingsland's actually so congested. Can't even find a node in there. For the Alliance, GT killed a total of 33.1 billion enemy units, ranked number 1 in Lost Kingdom. we built 441 alliance flags and destroyed 810 enemy alliance flags. Didn't give an inch, that's kind of cap. We definitely lost our zone 5, but after that we were pretty solid. The kingdom killed 400. Oh no, your kingdom killed 40.5 billion. I don't know why I said 400 enemy units. Ranked number 1 in the Lost Kingdom. Your kingdom healed a total of 34.6 billion units. We are ranked number 2. And we killed 1.4 billion units, or we had 104 billion deads rather. Which is ranked number 3. We saw those in the rankings we just looked at. And that is it. That is it for the video. It has been a while since I've done some content after the KVK. Actually, during Kingsland, I was sick and I had COVID-like symptoms. I never got a test, so I'm not going to say I had COVID, but I'm pretty sure I did. So I've been using the last week and a bit, last 2 weeks after KVK to get back to normal. But now we are going to be pumping out the content. We're going to be making a KVK review, which should hopefully come out this weekend. We're going to be looking at our stats individually and seeing how we traded. This is the worst KVK I've traded in. And then, of course, the video of me getting swarmed by Mr. Wildline. So if you guys want to see that, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Appreciate y'all. Catch you guys later. Peace!